Hello friends, myself Aniket Nikam. I welcome you all once again. So we will study today attributes. Okay, so let's understand what are the attributes. So now as we studied, entity has attribute. Let's say entity, one of the entity can be a student. So student is a physical entity. Okay, and there are two types of entities as we have seen, physical as well as logical. Physical is tangible as well as logical is intangible. Okay, now we will study what are the attributes. So attributes are student have roll number. So roll number is one of the attribute. Student have name. Okay, so now this name is called as I will tell you the name is called as composite attribute. Okay, why? Because it can be divided further. How we can divide name we can divide as a first name. Okay, then we can divide middle name or last name and last name. Okay, so now we can divide so that it will have atomic values, so that our relationship will be in 1NF. Okay, now let's understand what is simple attribute. So with the simple atomic value, it cannot be divided further, like roll number, color, we cannot divide. So those attributes are called as simple attribute. Now next is composite attribute. As we have studied, I have told you, they can be divided further with multiple atomic values together. They give proper meaning for attributes. Okay, so now first name, middle name, last name is they will give proper meaning. Again, if you want to have composite attributes, example is address. So we can divide address further, pin code, street, okay, village, city, etc, etc. So we can divide address into the multiple attributes. So address is called as composite attribute. Okay, so we will be representing with special notation. I will show you the notations for this. And then we have stored and derived attribute. What is stored attribute? Understand, like if I want to take age of any candidate applying for any post. So if I directly will take age, let's say he will enter 28, 27, but next year his age is going to change. So it is not permanent, it is not constant. But if I will take the date of birth of that student, then at any time I can calculate age. Okay, so now stored attribute helps to derive attribute. So derived attribute is age, but stored attribute is, you can say date of birth. So date of birth in this case will be stored attribute. Okay, and this is very best example. And derived attribute is age. So you can have multiple things because date of birth derives age. Okay, so age is called as derived attribute. So you can think about more examples about the stored and derived attribute. Okay, now we will study single valued and multi-valued attribute. Now email ID, one person may have multiple email ID like all of we have. So email ID is multi-valued attribute. Okay, roll number sometime will be single valued, sometime will be multi-valued. If we are like suppose I am giving multiple examinations, that's why my roll number is again changing. Okay, now roll number can change also. If you want to give an example, single valued and multi-valued attribute, let's say our Aadhaar card, our you can say passport. Okay, so those are not, you can say those are not multi-valued attribute, those are single valued attribute. But if you think about email ID, address, one person may have multiple addresses. Okay, so address is again category of multi-valued attribute. And for database designer, the challenges of multi-valued attribute, because those are most difficult. That's why you can say in your form, when you will fill the form, you will have the option like permanent address, again you can say temporary address, and many times we also become like, we also confused like which address should I enter. Okay, so that is the thing of multi-valued attributes. Now let's understand the notations of ER diagram. Before ER diagram, I would like to discuss again with like entities, type of entities. So we have three type of entities: strong entity, weak entity, as well as associate entity. Okay, now before this, what we will do is we will find out, this is definition of single valued attribute. If attribute holds single value all the time, that is called as single valued attribute. Okay, if it does not, vice versa of this, opposite of this is, if it does not, then you can call that as multi-valued attribute. Okay, now in this case, what is strong entity? Strong entity means what? When entity will have primary key. Okay, it must have primary key. If it has a primary key, then it is called a strong entity. Weak entity will not have, don't have primary key. Okay, I'll write primary key, and it will be mostly independent. Okay, and this will be dependent on different attributes of different tables. Okay, let's see the example. In this case, let's say I have a relation, and in relation I have attributes. Okay, so first attribute is, let's say, f name, then last name, and then age. In this case, can I define a primary key? Okay, so in this relation you don't have any primary key, and this will mostly depend on different tables, and we have to add surrogate key here. Surrogate key is like you will have indexing, like indexing automatically 1 2 3 4 etc, that you can help, or it will be depending on, let's say, understand age. In this relation, age will be dependent on the different relation, where I will have here, let's say, roll number, then DOB. Okay, and this age is depending on DOB. That's why I called as associate weak entity will not have any primary key. Okay, now we will move towards associative entity. Actually, it is looking like a relationship. Okay, but actually in reality it is entity. So we will discuss more about this associative entity in next videos. Okay, now I will show you the notations for. Now please look at the notations. Okay, so I will explain one notation for ER diagram. So actually you will be getting confused with multiple ER notations. So there are three types of ER notations. Okay, so what we are following generally in GATE examination is chain ER notations. So another is cross fit AML. When we use software for ER designing, you will find different symbol. Like for one to one, one to many, you will find different symbol, and that is also one of the you can use. Okay, but generally in ER diagram, we will be asked this type of notations. Okay, so let's start with first strong entity. So strong entity will be represented with simple rectangle box. Another will be weak entity. So weak entity, this is like, okay, so please note down this, those the symbols. Associative entity, it's look like relationship, but actually in reality it is a entity. This is associative entity. Relationships, I told you. Okay, so identifying relationship, this is notation. Then derived attribute, let I told you age is derived attribute, so that will be represented in this dotted ellipse. Okay, then you will have composite attribute. So composite attribute will have like this symbol, because those are the derived, you can see the different attributes. Okay, so you can see decomposed attributes. So composite attribute can be a name, so f name, middle name, last name, etc, will be a composite attribute. So this is notation for multi-valued attribute. Okay, so it would be represented in double ellipse. And then again we will have this one-to-one relationship, one to many, and many to many, as I told in example. So note down this partial, and this is total participation, very important for all of you, because many times they will not give you total participation. So when you will have a double line this like this, so understand from this side the entity is taking participation, total participation in a relationship. Means what? All the attributes, okay, all the instances of the relation table, entity like instances, they will be all be participating in a relationship. Okay, so next is this is simple attribute. Okay, so when I want to represent primary key, so that time I will note down like this, I will have underline, so this line will be there. So this is called as attribute, which is primary key. Okay, so in this way I told you all the basic ER notations. So we will see how to convert ER diagram into a table, because in GATE and NET many times they will ask questions like if you want to convert this ER diagram into the tables, then how many tables will be formed, and etc etc. So there are some rules. Okay, so interesting, and this we should not skip. So all the best for all of you, your studies. And if you like the video, please don't forget to subscribe. If you have any question, you can ask. If you like, please press like button, and if you have any comment suggestion, you can write in the comment box. So thank you very much.